why are you still playing, right? So my mom actually had a lot of pressure from the people that she loved the most, and she was still like, "No, you're good. You're gonna roll with this."
Your immigrant parents had to also really challenge their own beliefs and things that they grew up believing, for you as a second gen to do the things that you want, even if it is a challenge, right? For example, like for me, my mom didn't let me play basketball. She agreed to it freshman year for the first time, and then like changed her mind. And so I had to really fight for basketball, and I hated that I had to fight to play. But I'm sure my mom had to really like adjust and break down her expectations of me staying at home cooking and sewing or not jumping around, because that's not what she grew up with, right? She didn't know those things. And it seems unsafe because it's unfamiliar. But she also really had to work on breaking barriers for herself and beliefs and ideas that she had so that I could play basketball. More on that in a later podcast episode, but this clip from Jeremy also really highlights that. He talks about how his mom, basically heard criticism from family members for allowing him to try out, basketball for 2 years or so to pursue his dream. And that's not quote unquote normal in the Asian community or in their community. So yeah, you are doing great work in breaking barriers and breaking through ceilings, and in their own ways too, your parents are as well. But it's also very, very hard to acknowledge that and experience that as a young person, even as an adult. Honestly, it's always hard, but as we get older, as I got older, it's been easier to acknowledge that and appreciate it and recognize how hard it was for them, just as how it's hard for you, and just as how it's hard for us. So it's not to minimize anyone's experience, but it's to just really highlight both struggles.